I'd rather have that conversation up front than get a contract and then I'm backed into a quarter later on. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people aren't like that because they're I'm just trying to get the contract, trying to get the deal, trying to get that, and they'll leave key pieces of information out. And you can't do that. You got to be transparent. You got to be upfront, not just with that stuff, but we also do a lot of other stuff that, I'll touch on real quick is transparency as a general contractor. On certain projects, depending on the size of the project, we'll do cost plus projects. So we'll basically break our project down. We bid everything and it's open book. We show them all bids. We tell them, hey, these are the ones we qualified. This is who we plan on using. We got some other ones maybe a little bit lower, a little higher, but we don't feel confident in this person. They'll come into our office, sit in the conference room. Just had a developer that we do work for, ground up projects with, is an investment development team that we do some stuff where we do some work for some private equity firms. They come in, they look at all our bids, we tell them this is who we're going to use, break down our cost, everything from disposal to porta-johns to temp office to, project management costs to superintendent costs, all that stuff. Then obviously our contractor fee. And so they see all that and very upfront, very transparent. They see what we're actually contracting these guys to do the work for. And, they have a little bit somewhat of say in that. And then with me owning, so I own a concrete company as well. I also own a roofing company. Typically, we have a real good synergy. They office in the same building as we do. And so we work together as a team and there's a good synergy. So a lot of projects we're on, all three of the companies are on, or at least two of them are on. But how we handle that from a client perspective, and with all my clients they bid it just like anybody else. So my estimating team on my concrete side and my estimating team on my roofing side, we don't go, hey, this is what so-and-so is coming in at. This is what so-and-so going to get. They bid it just like everybody else. I have partners on those other businesses. I own the construction company outright. I have partners on the other businesses, but they bid it. And then we look at our bid versus where our bid is, because ultimately I want us to do that work, but we got to be marketable. I'm not going to just put our bid out there. Well, hey, I own the company. We're going to do this. And, like an open checkbook. I mean, I got to be within market rate. So if I tell them, we'll give them, my project management staff will give our staff feedback. Hey, you're 5% high. You're higher than, 5% higher than everybody else. We need to go back and look at this again and see if y'all can do it. If not, you've got to use somebody else. You know what I mean? And sometimes we have to, even though I own a concrete company, people are like, why aren't you doing the concrete? And I'm like, well, we're out of state. It's not cost effective for us. So you could pay me a lot more money to have my guys travel here and do this project, or I can hire a local contractor that we've qualified, knows doing a good job, and y'all end up saving that travel, because the difference in our cost is we've got travel costs, they don't. And travel costs can get pretty expensive, especially right now with fuel prices and everything else. So just because I own it doesn't mean that we're always going to use my company. I always going to look out for the client's best interest and make sure that they're getting the best value, best quality, but also value. We have to value engineer a lot of projects and stuff like that, because we'll come in, they're like, oh man, that's really not where we're at. I'm like, okay, well, we can cut this out and this out and this out. Not as far as scope, but we can change what they want to do or their overall image to help meet within their budget. And so something I'm very conscious of as a person, and I just pass that on to our clients, and I always want to be able to, our clients to come to say, hey, do above board. And that's one of the things that our clients, we had a meeting with one of our developers the other day. It's like, man, I just love the fact that y'all are just, you show me everything up front. They know what all the costs are. They know what I'm making at the end of the day. They know where what profit I'm making off the job, and they understand we got to turn a profit as a company. I have to. But they don't ever feel like I'm trying to hide anything or get anything over. They don't ever get the sketchy vibe or any of that stuff, which a lot of people do with a lot of contract. Man, that guy's kind of sketchy. You don't, I never want a client to ever feel that way. So those are just a few of the things that we do to make ourselves more transparent and just open to our clients. We're just basically an open book.